This is your boy Xbox David coming at you from 2 Old Dudes Gaming. I'm bringing you my necro build. It's a tank I use for 4-man casual. Daily pledges. We took it into zero down. Very hard to kill, hard to block. You go ahead and just survive. Heal, survive, sustain. It's beautiful. Let's go over the build. Right now I have 46,000 max health, 16,000 magicka, 19,000 stamina, 14 into magicka, 40 into health, 10 into stamina. Near the resistance cap without the armor buff, which is great. I do run the tri-stat food, Lofty Life Pin. It's cheap. My Mundus Stone is Magicka Recovery to help with the Magicka Recovery. Now, let's go ahead and get into the skills. The first skill I run is Ravenous Goliath. You turn into a big skeleton, get 30,000 health, heal instantly for 30,000 health, throw an aura around you which damages the enemy and heals you, which goes hand in hand with a set I'm using, so that's beautiful. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Very hard to kill when you're tanking with this. Next skill I'll be using is Pierce Armor. You gotta taunt the enemy, you gotta get them to look at you. It does reduce their physical and spell resistance by 50 to 80. You poke them, they look at you, you have their aggro for 15 seconds. Great taunt skill. Now that is the Scythe. That is going to hit multiple enemies in front of you with conal effect. The first initial hit will heal you for 69.18. All the additional hits will heal you for 23.06 up to 5 for 5 seconds. Oh, and then it has a dot or a hot heal you for 14.01. Next is Beckoning Armor. It's going to be your damage resistance buff, but it also works like the DK chains. It's going to go ahead and pull them into you once every 3 seconds. It's a great skill to use, especially if you don't want to use like the chains or swarm others, or you combo with swarm others in the chain. It's beautiful to use. Next skill I like to use, Bone Shield. Bone Surge is the morph where you can synergize and your allies get a damage shield as well. That is Braided Tether. That effect going on my necro right now. Pretty much if there's a corpse on the ground, it will suck its life source, heal you for 86.40 over 12 seconds. While slotted, your healing done is improved by 3%. And it heals all the allies around you inside of that AoE. Dead in Pain is pretty much like Repentance for Templars. You're just going to suck the soul of the dead bodies. Heal yourself, gain ultimate. While slaughter, your damage reduced is reduced by 3%. Damage taken is reduced by 3%. Silver Leash. Beautiful skill. It's DK chains. You just pull people to you. You hit them and you pull them to you. Goes hand in hand with Beckoning Armor. Ring of Preservation. Throw a nice ring on the ground. It will heal you 0.5 seconds for 315 health. Increases your stamina recovery by 10%. And gives you minor protection and minor endurance. It's going to reduce the damage you take by 8%. So you got some skills, 3%, 8% damage reduction so far with 2 different skills. Spirit Guardian, pretty much a mag from PSO kind of. It's going to sit there, heal you or your lowest health ally near you. It's also going to take 10% of the damage an enemy does to you. It will go to the Spirit Guardian. It's nice to have. Now I do change it up on Wall of Elements, or my main skill I like to use is Unnerving Boneyard. Pretty much it's going to reduce anybody caught in that AoE. The resistance is by 5280 physical and spell. Your allies can synergize off of it, and it's going to do damage over time. Not much for me, because the way I'm spec'd, but it's nice to have. And boom, everybody's debuffed. You're hitting the boss, and anybody come inside of it, done. Nice to have. Or Wall of Elements, whatever you like to use. I change it up from time to time. I mean, look, Grave Robber. Boom, they synergize 55, 64. Now my ultimate, renewing animation. You res up to 3 allies, restore 53 magicka or stamina and magicka. Beautiful. Team wipes, you heal. So it's always great to have, you know, the oh shit button. Hey, people died, I don't want to restart. Res. Now the sets. Let's go over the sets. I used the Leeching set. You're going to have Leeching, Warriors, Poet, and Swarm Mothers. That is the combo I'm using right now. Leeching is going to give you max health, healing taken, I'm over here just going through trying to show you guys everything. So I have good sets. All help with healing and damage mitigation. But let's start it off. Spawn of Mafala. Max stamina. When you deal damage with a heavy attack, you're going to create a web for 10 seconds. Little 4-meter radius around everybody, but it's a snare. So you drop Unnerving Boneyard, you snare them with a heavy attack. It's going to pop out, and it lasts for 10 seconds, and there's no cooldown. It could be done every 10 seconds. So like that. It's going to come out, damage them, snare them. So you hit one enemy, you slow everybody down. You drop that, you debuff all the mobs around you. Circle protection, damage shield, and it's great. Leeching compiles on top of that. Max health, healing taken, max health. When you take damage, you throw like this little green aura on the ground, and the person that's hitting you, you deal damage to them, and you heal yourself for 1502 for 100% of the damage for 5 seconds. And then Warrior Poet, max health, max armor, maximum health, gain minor toughness at all times, increasing your max health by 10%. That is why I have like 46,000 health on this build. Currently have using the Warrior Poet's Ice Staff. I can't switch that up. Don't have the Leeching Ice Staff yet. I was looking to see what I have. But that's pretty much sums it up for my gear and my skills. Now I have all the skills on my necro. 3 trees, all the passives. In case you want to switch it up, you have the versatility to do so. That's what you want, versatility in this game. You know, you want to be able to switch it up. You run into pug life, and you don't know what you're going to get per pug group. Daily pledges with some friends. Maybe you need to change up some of your skills. Boom, you have them. My sword and board, I have all the passes for sword and board. The first 3, the ultimate, deep slash, and pierce armor. Because that's what I mainly run. Because I use more of the necro's skills than I do sword and board skills. I have tank normal trials with this, but mainly vet dungeons, vet pledges. Now, I have destruction staff. I have wall of elements because I do use that from time to time. I have tri-focus because heavy attack with ice staff will taunt them. Then when you block with an ice staff, it's going to sit there and use magic instead of stamina. I run 7 heavy, so I have every armor passive. I've been using Unstoppable too, pretty good skill. So I changed that up, but I mainly play with this. I have not maxed Undaunted yet. And then of course, I am a Nord. Why am I a Nord? Easier to get max cap resistance for damages. You're going to get max health, cold resistance, gain immunity to chilled and status effects. When you take damage, you also gain ultimate faster. That with deadening pain, good combo. Now let's get into champion points. So I have a standard champion setup. 37 Ironclad, 16 into Spell Shield, 49 into Hardy, 49 into Elemental to Defender, 26 into Thick Skin, 61 into Bastion, 15 into Quick Recovery, 17 into Heavy Armor Focus, 31 into Warlord, 35 into that one, 56 into Mooncab, 56 into Tenacity, 20 into Healthy. Of course, 72 in Shadow Ward, got to reduce your block. $43 into Blessed. That one I was just extra, so I just put it over. And then you want to be able to heal, increase your healing done. That is your main thing. Healing done. So it's going to boost all the heals that you have going on at that time. Now let's go Physical Expert 19, Thaumaturge, Precision Strikes. And that is pretty much my standard set.